Welcome to Beard Me That Beard. This is a long episode. Let's start with something awesome.
My name's Jeremy Castellano. I've been at Mission Brewery for about 2.5 years now. Right now I'm in charge of, I'm our lead brewer, and I'm also in charge of our quality control and quality assurance program, and I also do off-site events. I myself have been brewing for about 10 years. I started home brewing, just passionate about making something that I could share with other people. That's really what got me into it. Was, it's a lot of fun to make beer. There's some science to it. There's some hands-on work. It's kind of like being a chef, but instead of getting to taste your meal the next day or that night, you have to taste it 2 weeks later. But being able to share it with someone else and have them drink your beer and know that you made something that you can share with them and see them appreciate it, really kind of got me into brewing and made me decide this is what I want to do with my career. The day I interviewed here, when I saw the building, I was just amazed. I like the brick architecture. It's a turn of the century building. It has the exposed beams, the brickwork on the sides. It's an absolutely beautiful place to come to work. So when your surroundings are nice, that's a good start. The people I work with are fantastic. They're here to make good beer. No one in the industry for the most part gets paid a ton. So no one's doing this to get rich. They're doing this because they like beer. And that's true of our brewery, that's true of most breweries in San Diego and most breweries in the US. So knowing you're working with people who are just here to make beer and have fun and, in the end, make a good product. So we have a really great team, guys who come from different backgrounds. Everyone has different inputs, different career paths on how they got here. And we kind of mix that together. And, I'm not coming to work. I'm doing my hobby and my favorite thing at the same time. Like we said, don't be afraid to fail. Ask questions. You're probably not going to get it right the first time. Very few people do. Temperature control is, the biggest thing for a home brewer. If your beer is fermenting at 75 degrees, it's probably not going to be a good beer unless you're making a saison or a hef. So if you're a first-time brewer and you're in San Diego, maybe start brewing in November or December when you know that the ambient temperature is going to be 68 or less. If you're going to try to make a really good IPA at 90-degree heat in the summer, it's just, you're not going to have any luck. No matter how good you follow all the steps and make the beer, it's not going to turn out the best. It's a lot of things. Like we were talking earlier, I think the laid-back culture of San Diego kind of played into the vibe a lot because people are very communal and friendly here, especially in San Diego, and our beer scene shows that. It's a very collaborative beer scene. I can hit up buddies at Ale Smith or Gordon Biersch, Modern Times. Hey, do you have some yeast I could borrow? Hey, do you have some hops? Hey, how did you make this hazy beer? We tried this, it didn't work. What are you guys doing? No one has this industry secret kind of, I can't share my info with you. Everyone's really open about the techniques they use. They're willing to come by and talk to you, or you can go by and talk to them. And when you have, it's not just one mind, it's a hive mind of all these breweries working together. You're going to make better beer in the end because we're all kind of just pinging ideas off of each other, doing collaborations. So really, I think in the end, it's the community and kind of that really friendly, laid-back vibe we have. So I do a lot. I'm always constantly searching for new beer. It's kind of a problem in this industry because people always want the newest thing, but at the same time, I'm a very curious person. So I'm always doing the same thing. I'll go to a bar like Tornado or Hamilton's and have someone from out of town and I need to try what's popular from them or try what new things they've done that I haven't seen before. So for example, Sam Calagione from Dogfish Head, he's one of the people who really inspired me to start brewing beer because his stuff was always off the wall. He has Midas Touch and other beers where they researched a recipe that was done in ancient Egypt or something and how can we make that? Or they have one called Theobroma, which uses it's more Aztec. They have cacao nibs and chiles, and so it's kind of trying to see what beer would have been like in that culture. And it's off the wall things that interest me a lot, and I like cooking as well. So it's that flavor combination of, beer isn't restricted to beer. If you're cooking a meal and you're like, oh, I really like how this works together, like maybe that's something that could translate in some way to a beer. Or a regional cuisine, like I said earlier about going to Thailand and trying to convert their regional ingredients into a beer at home. So it kind of translates, almost bringing the culture into beer. So when I want to make something new, I'll kind of try to pull onto all that, see in my experience what I've had that I enjoyed, old batches or previous maybe home brews or things we brewed here. What did I like? What did I not like about it? What time of year is it? It's fun to make seasonal stuff. No one wants to drink a barley wine or Russian Imperial Stout in summer. So like it's fall, okay, yeah, it's Oktoberfest season. Like let's make a good Helles Lager or Doppelbock, or St. Patty's Day's coming. Hey, let's try to make a dry Irish Stout or something like Guinness. That'll be fun. Not just make a green beer. Let's make an authentic Irish beer. So that, and I'll just I'll make a recipe. I'll make a recipe. It'll probably take me 2-3 days in the end. Like I'll think about it. I'm not just gonna make a beer. So draw up something, and then the next day I'll be, do I really want to do this? How will this work? And then, so kind of really thinking about how everything's going to play together, the hops and the malts, and tasting the malt ahead of time is always helpful, because you can think in your head, okay, this is how it's going to end up. But then if you actually chew on the malt, you can see the grainy characteristics, how sweet it is, kind of what it's going to add to the beer. So using all your senses, thinking really hard about what you want the final product to be, and then once you're done, just relaxing and brewing the beer with love. Like you gotta enjoy doing it. I think in a lot of ways, if you brew the beer and you're in a bad mood, it might not be the best beer. You gotta give it everything. All right, so we have these unique beer cans. You don't see them anywhere else. They're 32 ounce guys. We do our Shipwreck Double IPAs, what you see most in them. We also have our Mission IPA and our El Conquistador Session IPA that go in them. You'll find them a lot at Costco, and then in some stores a lot you'll see the Shipwreck standalone. The story behind them is essentially our owner, Dan Sellis, and his wife essentially wanted a beer that they could split together. So if you open a 12 ounce bottle, then one person gets, either you both get 6 ounces and no one's happy. A bomber, you kind of both get, one person gets a pint, one person gets a little or something. This, you can share 2 pints between 2 people. So it's really nice for husband-wife duo, or one person who wants 2 beers instead of 1. Exactly. So yeah, he decided that this was something he wanted to try. He'd never seen it in the marketplace before. I think he knew that cans were definitely the future, is what we're seeing in Mission, or in the beer scene in general right now. It's tough. There's a lot of breweries in San Diego are making great beer. Some of our local neighborhood Amplified Ale Works just opened the East Village location up the street, and their beers are fantastic. Their food is wonderful. Our friends at Thorn Street making really good beer. Their Barrio Lager we love. Relay IPA. They just released Raccoonicorn, which is just an awesome combination of raccoons and unicorns, and it's a good beer on top of that. We have a lot of really dedicated people, like I said, making good beer. We're in this unique size where we're big. We're one of the older breweries in San Diego, one of the oldest, and one of the biggest, which kind of allows us some mobility that others might not have. If you looked at our tasting board today, like seasonal wise, we probably have 12 to 15 one-off beers right now. So we're churning. We have our cores that we distribute out everywhere. We don't currently have a huge can distribution or small batch distribution system. So as a result, we get to mess around a lot with our small batch stuff, but the only place you're going to find it is the tasting room. So when people come visit here, they have a huge space they can play cornhole in, and other shuffleboard, and you can go pregame before the game. And we have a huge 12 to 15 one-off beers that you won't taste anywhere else, that were made by the 3 brewers here that really kind of want to try something different and make good beer. I think we're going to keep innovating. San Diego definitely set the standard with the West Coast IPA. Some people say it was due to our water. Some people say it was due to our unique access to quality yeast from, say, White Labs. There's a whole bunch of characteristics that kind of played together and made us what we are so far. I think we're going to keep innovating. I see lagers and pilsners are being kind of a bigger style. IPAs they were kind of extreme for a while, and I think it drew a lot of people in because it was something that tasted nothing like the beer they knew from the old days. It's not your father's Budweiser beer. It has that hop bite and that crazy piney or resiny or floral or fruitiness from the hops. And I think once those people start tasting IPAs, then they've opened themselves up to a whole broader experience in beer. And maybe now they're starting to see, IPAs are great, but I don't want to always drink an IPA. What else is out there? So I think lagers and Pilsner, which is not really the IPA, maybe it's the pale ale of lagers. So it's got that hop character, but it's cleaner and it's more refreshing. It's not as assertive. It's delicate, much like all lagers, that you have to be more hands-on and more careful with to ensure you don't have off flavors.
Hey everyone, today we're going to be doing a food pairing with Mission Brewery beer and Regents Pizza, located in La Jolla on Regents Road. We got the steak pho pizza, which will be paired with the craft lager. The Red Rooster, which will be paired with the El Conquistador Session IPA. The White, which will be paired with, you've seen this one before, the Mission IPA. And then Dominic's, which will be paired with the Shipwrecked. Let's get started, because I am hungry. So for this purposes, I chose kind of pizzas that I think would complement the beer. And I'm not going to be adding cheese or pepper flakes to any of this, because I want it to be exactly how it's made. So here we go. Oh, that's a spot. Oh my god. This lager's so crispy and light. Pizza and beer. Next to baseball is America's next pastime. Oh my god, this is so good. Damn, that is so good. This is just so refreshing. It's not heavy. You can kind of have a couple of these. And I spoke to the lead brewer, which you will see later. I mean, he kind of just described this beer as just have a beer, relax, and your day just got better. And this is what that beer is doing. Oh man, good combo. So steak pho and the craft lager from Mission Brewery. There's no rating. I like it. It's good. The beer's not heavy, so it's not like I'm gonna feel terrible after it. I'm pretty sure I can drink a couple of these and have a couple of those. All right. Next up is the Red Rooster and the Session IPA, El Conquistador. Ooh yeah. Mm-hmm. And the first sip of beer is really strong, so I can barely taste the pizza, but about 2 seconds later, it kind of just like mixes really well. The chicken is not spicy, but there's some kick, and the session kind of like hides that a little bit at the beginning, but now it's like all kick right now. This you can drink all day for sure. Oh, this is really good. It's got some kick. No red flakes needed. Oh man, that chicken. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Oh yeah. So here's the kick. That was a little IPA in there, session IPA. Oh, it just like totally takes out the kick. One more bite. I want to see something. I definitely, like, that kick totally goes away when I drink beer. Kind of like when you eat something really spicy and you want milk, but then like only for a second and then it comes back. Ooh. I still like the steak pho and the craft lager better. Chicken's really good, but it's just the thing that kick going away is kind of weird, and then it comes back. Like if I'm ordering a spicy pizza, I want a spicy pizza, obviously. It is so hot in here, and I just ate something spicy. Alright, next is the Mission IPA, which most of you know if you watched last week. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I still like beer, and I still love how big these cans are. They're just, they're like the only ones that do it. So beautiful. So we're gonna go with the white. Such a big slice. Some good flavors in there. Some strong flavors. That's a freaking good combo. Wow. Wow. Oh my god. Oh. Wow. So, I'm not a huge fan because it's a little bitter for my taste. I like IPAs for the most part. You know, being in San Diego, you kind of have to. They're not my go-to beer. I like pale ales a lot more, but this is a good beer with that pizza. Oh. I bit myself. Ow. Totally bit my lip. Alright, our final one. It's the Dominic's. And my favorite beer from Mission Brewery. The Shipwreck Double IPA. Get wrecked! So I chose Dominic's because it's a lighter pizza, because the Shipwreck's a double IPA, so it's a little, for me, it's a feeling of being heavy. And the point of this is to pair them with beers I think that will be really good. So we'll take a bite. Mm-hmm. Mmm. I'm going to flies. I want to drink out of the can. I don't know what it is about beer and pizza, man, but like after a bite, mid-chew thing of beer, you know it's gonna be a good day. That's good. This is good. This is really, really good. And the almond is just so light and fluffy, but greasy. Kind of like it's like a New York style pizza, but not. I mean, it is New York style, but you know what I'm talking about. Like it's like you got it off the cart. That's good pizza. Shipwreck. There you know, that's a really strong beer. 9.25. That's a hefty beer. And I was hoping it'd go really well with Dominic's, but honestly, if you're gonna drink the Shipwreck, just drink the Shipwreck. It's just so strong, so like it doesn't even matter how light the pizza is. Maybe a margarita pizza. Anyways, my favorite pizza is definitely the steak pho. The Red Rooster is super good. The white is super strong for me. Just something about it just like sticks out too much, and this is just beer related. Like I think the steak pho with the Craft Lager was amazing. You know, you got a steak full of steak right here, some caramelized onions. It's super heavy with a super light beer. The Craft Lager is not even that strong. 4.2. I can eat that and drink that all day. Session IPA, even though this is a light beer and that's a heavier pizza, you know, you got chicken, lots of chicken on it. Not what I thought it would be. Just because like it takes away the kick for like a second and then comes back. I'm not a huge fan of that. Just like like I said, if I'm buying something with that's supposed to be a little spicy, I want to just feel spicy. The Great White and the IPA, by far, two very strong flavors that almost got it. I would say maybe some chili flakes, honestly, but the point is not to have chili flakes or Parmesan or salt or pepper, any of that. But that's still a really good combination. But I'm pretty sure with chili flakes it'd be perfect. And then my least favorite combination is the Shipwreck and the Dominic's. I think that this beer is just good by itself. But you know, you do you. So steak pho and the Craft Lager win it. The IPA and the white, surprise, that's a good combination. Then we go to the Red Rooster and the Session, and last place, Shipwreck and Dominic's. So there you go. Get some Mission beer. Get some Regents Pizza. Because all this is great. Pizza and beer, man. Can't go wrong with that. So today I'm going to do a beer mile. 4 beers, 1 mile. A beer every quarter. So I'll start the run, and then I'll chug a beer, and I'll keep doing that until I finish or throw up. And I'm giving my time cap of 12 minutes. So, alright, here we go.
No more breath.
Not feeling good. Fucking did it. Where's my time? 11:38. Oh my god. Fuck. I need a burp, but if I burp really loud, it's gonna come out. Don't try this at home. It sucks. Train for it, run a lot of miles, and then add the beer. I haven't ran a mile in so long, or drinking that many beers that quickly. But I did it. I did it. It's time for the beer chug. And this week we're doing the, it's kind of a Mission thing, Mission Brewery showcase. So I'm going to do El Conquistador Session IPA, 4.8%. And it comes in this giant can. 16 ounces pint. Here we go. Cheers. Cheers to you too. Oh. Oh. Some good ass beer. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching episode 2 of Beard Meet That Beer. I'd like to thank the wonderful staff at Mission Brewery, my buddy Sam for riding his bike and filming, and my amazing partner Isabel. Stay tuned next week for episode 3.